So, last week on Odyssey of the Dragonlords, you guys assassinated a king, took a baby dragon hostage, and are negotiating with the remaining ruler of the Firewalker lizard folk, and also negotiating with the spirit of an entity trapped inside the volcano. I think that pretty much summed it up. You have an allegedly granted permission to go into the fire temple and treat with the high priestess of the Firewalkers cult, a powerful salamander noble. Last minute preparations are being made. I'll take you over to the map. Tonight, Hypatia will be played by an actor I hired off of Craigslist. He has some former military experience and has played several spellcasting characters before. So,
hi.
Oh wow, that's a little high pitched for Hypatia, but you know it's better than nothing. I appreciate the effort.
I've only got so much range I'm working with over here.
It's fair, it's fair. I know those skills.
If you played Potuk all night, I would be...
dude, should I give her Potuk voice?
No.
My roommates will think I'm crazy. Yeah. What do you mean, Crash? It'll be great!
Hypatia
so disappointed.
Will destroy you if you give her that voice. But I will give you... Oh, you still have ownership over Hypatia.
When you said you got someone with military experience...
Yeah.
And he's played Wizard before, I was really hoping that we had Christopher Lee coming in.
Oh... Yeah,
well,
is he still alive?
No, he's unfortunately not still alive.
Okay. I mean, I'm really flattered that you think I have those kind of skills, especially on Craigslist, but Craigslist, the modern necromancer's guide. All right, let me activate the Fire Village. I really love this map. I made this map myself and incarnate it. I thought that there was going to be a lot more Rambo rampaging on this map, but it also kind of warms my heart that you guys took the path of diplomacy. Also, my super badass mod that makes roofs appear broke because apparently one of the other 99 mods hurt its feelings, so I'm pretty much done with this map. So I'm ready to move on. So I guess I'm kind of glad that you found a fast diplomatic solution.
I do love the Lizardmen version of diplomacy. Take out their leaders and ask them to submit.
You know, sometimes the old ways are best. All right, let me put on some Lizard Folk Land music and take it away, you guys. No, wait, that's boss music. Hold on, don't panic. I got regular dinosaur music. Hold on. Sending the wrong message here. Mission of diplomacy.
Yeah, I was totally waiting for the command to start rolling initiative.
Yeah. All right, let's try again. There we go. Okay. So, Lazy Queen. She looks over at Pythor, looks over at all of you, and says,
whenever you're ready, I will take you to the fire temple.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to get this short rest in real quick. I gotta stretch a bit.
I understand. Murdering my husband probably took a lot out of you. Would it be possible for me to have the rest of his body?
Yeah, that's all yours. I left it there for you on purpose.
Oh, she is thankful. She takes his body and begins to turn him into leather, bones, and meat in front of everybody with no, yeah.
If we're gonna short rest, I'll also harness some divine energy and convert one of my channel divinities into a spell slot.
Okay. That sounds like some Tasha's bullshit right there. Is that some Tasha's bullshit?
That's some Tasha's bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great stuff. And oh, hey, it's smart. I just dropped it down by one, and when I tried to click on it to post it for you, it's smart enough. It's like, you don't have one of these to post.
Foundry likes being a hall monitor, for sure.
Here, now I'll do it Foundry's way. I put it back and then I cast it.
Okay. Nice. Oh, yeah. I think that's wild, because, like, of all the classes that needed help, Cleric was not on my list of classes that needed any assistance at all. But as somebody that plays a lot of Clerics, I was okay with it. I was like, if you want to give me stuff, it's fine, but didn't really need it.
Pretty
Got
much.
so much, dude.
Yeah, like, anybody that tells you Clerics are not good has no idea what 5th edition D&D is about. Like, Cleric is Clerics are so strong. It's such a good class. And so versatile, too. Alright. So, you guys get in your rest.
Pause. That's why you can't move back.
King Jankor is carved up and distributed amongst the population. They will consume him in a great feast tonight, in his honor and his memory. Lazy Queen is concerned. She is making a concerned face, as you can see on her miniature. She says,
Oh, I am concerned. What will happen to us when the Stormlord learns that we have betrayed him?
You could side with the 5.
The 5 what?
The 5 gods.
She kind of narrows her eyes a little bit, blinking both sets of eyelids.
Pythor here is actually one of them.
Yeah, slicks back his hair and adjusts his eyebrows. And he says, ma'am?
This is just a man.
What did you say?
I said this is just a man. The Stormlord was big, larger than life, with great wings.
That is just a trick.
A crackling storm of energy about him.
And do something impressive.
He was, in a way, this one here reminds me more of the Stormlord than this one.
And she kind of points to Cyrus and then points to Pythor. Pythor side-eyes Cyrus.
I'll start looking up, just doing slight whistling, even though I can't whistle. Kind of.
Listen. Sidon's gonna be busy. He's not gonna worry about what you folk are doing. So you need to do what's best for your people. And right now, what's best for your people is to cooperate with us. You understand? And she nods at the, at the logic of it all.
And who knows? Maybe the one in fire will, Lady of the Fire will guide our decision.
Did we find out from the Rejonculus if it was before Sidon came? They were all kind of one tribe before that, or
It was one tribe. They were always like Hogwarts house style, like fighting with each other. But they were mostly at peace. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Crash, do you know if Hypatia used her arcane recovery?
I think she said she had.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a real bummer.
Yeah. Just don't get into any fights. You guys will be fine.
Knowing Hypatia, she's probably like, yeah, guys, I can't do a lot of magic. Any long rests in anyone? Alright, I'll use Firebolt.
In a volcano, yeah.
In a volcano against salamanders.
Pro gamer move.
Wait.
Yeah.
No. No, I changed that one out.
What?
Oh,
Because we were going
just
into a
drunk them.
volcano. I got Mind Sliver, guys.
Oh, that's cool.
Hopefully,
yeah, okay.
I'll scramble their brains.
All right, time doth pass. It is late at night, 11 p.m. You guys gain the benefits of your short rest. This is your second one for the day.
Okay, it's not that bad.
I'm feeling very rested.
Okay.
I'd given up the short rest to dig us out of the tunnel.
Yep. Yeah, all this sort of happens simultaneously. All right. Lazy Queen says,
All right. This way.
and she leads you all the way around. Let's see. Let's get her some muscle, just in case.
I try and fish Kyra out. So, yeah.
Oh, Pythor says, don't worry, Anna. I'll get her and catch up.
Thank you.
And this way. And then this way. And this way. And this way.
And she stops for a moment.
You wouldn't have had anything to do with the incident with the Batwing Behemoths, would you?
I can truthfully tell you that I had absolutely nothing to do with that, ma'am.
All right.
Phil gives a straight shifty eyes.
Now be careful. If you're too heavy and you step wrong, you will fall through the caldera into the lava and die instantly.
What's too heavy?
Oh, Reset has triggered a trap card. See the little exclamation mark?
Yeah.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
That's cool.
All right, give me a dexterity saving throw. Reset.
Walk on the walls. But,
And give me a dexterity
I will
save.
go-
Reset. Ooh. Oh God. Okay. The wall you were walking by, or walking on, sort of gives way and crumbles. You land hard on the side of on the side of your body, and you begin to break through the caldera into the lava. You are a light enough individual that you do not fall all the way through, but you are badly burned. Taking 31 points of fire damage.
Yeesh.
Lazy Queen turns back and says,
You should be more careful.
Phil rushes over to pull her out.
fair.
Yeah, I get the wand of healing out to help a little bit.
Alright, I'm gonna try and make this work, but it might not. Alright. Can you guys see inside this cave, or no? This cave right here?
Yeah.
Oh, you can, because I think you're in the cave. Can everybody else see, or no?
No, I
yet.
can. I
Okay,
can.
cool. I bet Hypatia can, right? Because she's up high.
Yeah, she can.
Okay.
The
Oh,
game's paused, so I can't move.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. If you guys can see inside, that's fine. That's where you're headed anyways.
Alright, I'm gonna take a running start.
A running start on the caldera? Okay. You do see there's a cave entrance here, and there is a cave entrance back here. Looking into the cave, Cyrus, you see a very large magma hound staring at you from the darkness of the cave.
Okay.
All right. The queen says,
This way, into the cave.
I'm gonna
There you
find
go,
a
Seth.
nice, dim little niche to activate my my flight.
Cyrus, give me a dexterity saving throw.
That's for you, 19 healing. And then right as I'm done healing Cyrus, I hear Cyrus also fall.
All right, Cyrus, as you're walking, your foot breaks through the caldera and you pull it back just in time to prevent just dipping your leg into some hot lava.
Phil's gonna just first he's gonna stand in front of Astreus to give him enough shade to fly, and then he's gonna pick up Hypatia and just fly across with everybody.
Wait, Phil.
And she consents.
I mean, if we're gonna meta, why doesn't Astreus just buy a blanket? And whenever he wants to fly,
Or
he
an
just
umbrella.
throws the blanket over his head. Yeah, or a little parasol.
Yeah.
I was just joking. Well, he said he's trying to find a dim spot in a volcano. He needs some help.
I'm waiting for him to pull out his parasol. But
I mean, last
if Kyra wasn't out of commission, she would have already given him a parasol. But
He's just gonna wear a full latex suit, and his body's always in dim light.
Phil, can you help me get out of this costume? Don't tear it too bad though.
How do you? Okay, I'll
Just like
I'll
right
be
here.
I'll be delicate, yeah, and I'll
The
just
zipper-
kind
where
of.
the zipper's melted from the magma. heat.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
this is when we, without Hypatia to stop us, we pander to all the fanboys out there. So if you're too strong on this athletics check, you will rip all of Anna's clothes off. But if you get just the right amount, you'll perfectly remove the costume.
I was just gonna like rip off the zipper that's broken, because then it would
Okay.
just come apart, you know.
All right, give me a sleight of hand then.
All right, okay.
There's apparently a large population of people that are into bird ladies. This was the 2020 waifu of the year. Okay. Phil, I think it's no surprise that you are apparently an expert at helping women get out of their clothes. All right, and you could delete your pterodactyl, and I will spawn you a new a new mini that is not a pterodactyl. There you go.
Thank you. That was fun though. You can delete those other ones too. But they're just kind of hanging around. Let's see. Serious Anna. There we go. All right. Thank you, Phil.
All right. Cyrus and Reset, up ahead, you see that there is a delightful salamander. It's looking over at you guys and brandishing a hot iron, glaive, or trident. They're interchangeable.
I'm gonna go grab Kyra. I don't know what she's doing in the.
No,
the
Phil,
stuff.
Pythor's got her. I was gonna put the
Yeah.
costume
Oh,
back in
okay.
the bag.
Oh, okay.
Well,
okay.
Pythor was supposed to get her. Where the hell did Pythor go? Oh, jeez. All right. Hold on.
Put the costume back.
This is
in
the
bag.
one thing about one of the things about Foundry that just drives me bananas is the slow drift when you try to move tokens. I was doing something at Roll20 just the other day, and I got like whiplash from how fast I was able to move everything around. I was like, "This is crazy." All right. Pythor says, "Don't worry, Anna. I would never drop her in lava."
But you're really heavy too.
I
I
am
saw what
pretty
Cyrus
heavy.
did.
Mm.
Stuff's the.
I'm gonna go into the party inventory and grab out one of the potions of fire resistance and just like have it at the ready, you know.
Okay. Like, if you fall in and start burning alive, then you'll drink it? I mean, that's some Minecraft shit right there. So,
I'm not really worried about falling in because I can fly. It's more
Right.
the, you know, going into a den of salamanders.
oh,
and,
true.
You know, all that stuff. And if there's
Alright.
any more in there, I would, you know,
Can we get
recommend some
food?
other people grab it.
The queen looks back and says,
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I can't move.
God
The,
has
the
paused
game's
the
paused.
universe.
oh, yeah.
I will put a carefully fly using the thermals from the volcano to float myself.
Imperiously, Lazy Queen says,
I have brought these champions. They have spoken with the heart of flame and have her permission to enter the temple. You will stand aside or face their wrath and mine.
you see this guy, he looks back at this lady back there.
Oh.
And they kind of share a look, and then she nods, and then he slithers out of the way. The entrance is over here.
Give a respectful bow to that salamander. Just reminds me of my
Alright.
friend.
Just hero stack yourselves here. Yeah, she looks at you. She kind of nods. And you can kind of see that sort of evolution that Hypatia talked about, where they start as snakes and then sort of grow into something more and more and more refined over time. All right, get all you guys hero stacked over here. There we go, and I'll take you to the next map. All right.
Even neglectful to let Soul out. She'd probably be having a ball here.
Let's see. Toggle to navigation. There we go. Preload the scene. There we go. And put you guys in. Go grab some Musax. Let's see. There we go. How did I end up there? That's weird. Okay. This? For this? Secret messages? Alright. And activate. Alright, you should be roughly over here.
I'm gonna, as we're passing, I'll tell the hound here, good boy, and primordial.
It definitely has a aggressive guard dog demeanor, but the lazy queen shakes her head at it and looks to these lizard folk over here and says,
You should have heard why we are here. These outsiders have been summoned by the Heart of Flame. You will let us pass.
and they point this way. And the doggo sort of like hops into this lava and sort of wades around. There might be a few tiles in here that trigger dexterity saves or fall in lava, just, you know, for funzos. So
It's so hard to move two people. I'm gonna just like hero stack us, but can we just say she's like 5 feet next to Anna?
here we go.
You
Or
know,
mount her. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Piggyback.
There is a better mod for that, but it requires completely overhauling our entire save file, so I have not set it up yet. But it basically lets you link anything to anything else. It's kind of bananas.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm like flying a foot off the ground too.
Okay. Up ahead, these two lizard folk look down from their parapets. The queen gives the same spiel again. And one of them heads down and unlocks the gate.
I'll say, we can't actually see the lizardmen on the inside.
Is the queen in here? There she is. Okay. That's a big NPC stack. Okay. In the lava, you see a salamander rise up. It reaches for its initiative dice, but the queen says,
Stay your hand. You know why we are here.
and disappointed, parallel salamander sinks back down into the lava. All right, these lizards point to here. Up on these defensible parapets, lizard looks down, hops down, unlocks the door. This would have been so cool for you guys to try to get through. Oh well, diplomacy. Same deal. As you approach here, this guy moves in front of the gate. In Draconic, he says,
You go no further. Prove. You are called by the Heart of Flame.
I'm
kind of. Oh, go ahead, Cyrus.
I'm gonna try to telepathically. I don't know how they have telepathics in there, so I'll just telepathically boom in his head. You dare impede the word of the Heart of Flame?
okay, give me an intimidation. His eyes narrow, his flames kind of rise up along his body. And he starts to stand down just a bit. Kyra stumbles out of Pythor's hands and looks over at him, and he looks at her, and he kind of nods his head, and he slithers away. Kyra puts a hand on Cyrus's shoulder and nods at him.
I'll try to give her a comforting look and move on.
He says, "Wait, Cyrus, I have to know."
Yes.
In case I don't make it, it's a question only you could answer.
What is it, Kyra?
What do you call a psychic halfling who escaped from prison?
I don't know.
A small medium at large.
I'll try to stifle back laughing really hard out loud.
All right, Phil and Hypatia and Reset and Cyrus, as you look past these gates, it is a hot-ass room. This is a lot of lava. In the room, you see that there are 4 salamanders. 2 of them look pretty rank and file. One of them looks a bit more advanced, and one of them looks to be a fully formed noble. Eerily similar to the other noble salamander you met, mostly because your DM is lazy, but also because when your species is perfect, you don't really need to, differ that much in appearance. You also see behind them a massive stone dragon head, the mouth sculpted firmly closed. There is a massive ruby sparkling in one of the sockets, and wear on the other socket shows that whatever gem was there has been taken.
To my trained jeweler's eye, would this ruby be worth approximately 150,000 gold pieces?
That gem would easily be worth 10 or more thousand drachmae.
Okay.
There are many impurities about it that you can even detect from this distance, but that would not stop the sheer size of it carrying some extreme value. Not to mention breaking it up into smaller pieces and trying to get better cuts off of it. However, Hypatia, without even needing to cast, knows that there is some level of enchantment at work here. The stone head, the gem, the socket, and of course the elemental creatures all radiate a great deal of magic.
Okay. Yeah, I think she already used her free detect magic. So
I'm just
she'll
saying that she's such a nerd
Yep.
that she knows instinctively that there's magic at work here.
Yeah, and just because this room is pretty crazy, she's just gonna start ritual casting detect magic in case she has 10 minutes.
Fair enough. All right.
Yo, any talkers?
Yeah, lengthy salamander noble. Possibly the second longest snake woman in the multiverse after certain acquisitions of the Corporated member. Pulls the majority of her snake coils out of the lava. Rises to a height of about 12 feet and looks at all of you. In Draconic, she says, "Which of you was summoned by the Heart of Flame?"
Happy Cyrus or Ira?
Cyrus,
you're the one that talked to her.
You've been in communication with her.
We have one who has been possessed by the Heart of Flame, but I have been communicating with her.
She shares a look with the other salamanders. It is a look of reverence and excitement.
Long have we served and waited for a moment like this. Please, step forward.
I guess I will try to help Kyra. I kind of hold her up and help her across. Can't actually move her, but...
Oh, yeah, I got you. She's coming with you. Pythor's not cool with her going in by himself, or herself, so he's definitely going to endeavor to keep up with everybody. Let's see. I guess I'll just gotta stand over here. Alright. As she approaches, you see the one ruby begin to glow with a great inner light and heat. And as it does, Kyra begins to glow as well. All of the salamanders watch reverently. Even the lazy queen watches from a distance and is shocked and awed by what she sees.
Hypatia's gonna rock her nerd brain and try and figure out why she's glowing and how she could be interacting with this large ruby.
All right, give me an Arcana check. Hypatia, you realize that bringing her here and bringing her this close to whatever this is may have been a miscalculation. With a cry, Kyra bursts into flames. As she does, you see wings of fiery light burst from her back as she sort of drops to her knees and then stands back up. It is Kyra's body. Oops, there we go. It is Kyra's body, but you guys see that whatever has possessed her is not Kyra. It smiles at Cyrus and at Philippocles and rolls itself into initiative.
Oh, shit.
We will only activate zones, so we won't activate, obviously, the entire map, because that would be a lot of stuff to keep track of.
Okay, so Hypatia knows it might have been a mistake, but she also does she know like magically speaking, like what the best course of action is from here on out, so she can like relate it to her team.
If it's a similar situation to Esther, then you would want a protection against good and evil, or a similar type of spell to exercise whatever is in there. Because it's a lot of the same symptoms that you guys were dealing with Esther.
I do not have this spell memorized or prepared.
Alright, let me roll all these critters in. The salamanders seem very, very pleased by the outcome of this situation. The queen seems surprised and flabbergasted by what has occurred. The nearby lizard folk are just sort of going with the flow. Alright, Reset, you are up first.
So all the ones in the room, and the one behind us as well, have their weapons out.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll go here to the one behind us. And I mean, if they're attacking, I guess I'll attack it.
I mean,
they
they have weapons out, but they mostly seem interested in what is transpiring over here.
Okay, then I'm just gonna stand like in defense for Hypatia. Like just stand in between this thing and Hypatia, so if it looks like he's going to attack or come closer, then I'll attack him.
Okay.
You can delete soul from I didn't forgot.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Hypatia, you're up next.
Alright. So there's this big glowing ruby.
Mm-hmm.
With my previous Arcana check, or maybe another, would I know that maybe damaging this ruby would stop whatever's going on here?
Yeah, give me a fresh Arcana check. This will be your action, but
Yep,
it can
I'm
provide you a lot of
fine.
useful information.
Yep, I'm fine with it. Be my action.
All right. Yeah. So, best you can tell, this is some sort of magical prison. The gems are meant to be some sort of key or lock. The presence of both is more than likely required for something. The light you saw was more than likely the spirits kind of going through the gem and into Kyra. At this point, destroying the gem would be a big risk because she's not 100% sure what it does, or if this is a cell, if there are other things trapped in there as well, that destroying that would let them out.
Yeah, she's gonna just kind of like whisper all of that to everyone in the immediate vicinity, so Pythor is at Anana. And, let's see, she's got a bonus action, but she's a wizard, so I don't think, she's gonna kind of step a foot back, and step another foot back, and then she's gonna tell what she just told everyone else to Estrez.
Okay.
And that's her turn.
Oh,
And-
as you say that, Lazy Queen on her turn says,
Yes, the apostles of the Heart of Flame, they long to find the other gem. If they have both, they will be able to free her from the mountain. But the King, Jankor, and the Stormlord both forbid it. They told us that if the Heart of Flame was ever freed, the volcano would erupt. We would all die.
Okay. Does Hypatia think that could be true with, like, the recent studying she's done of everything going on here?
the lizard folk as a species are never good at lying, so more than likely the lizard's telling the truth. Volcanoes, science information, they can be pretty prone to explosions.
Temperamental.
Yeah, temperamental. So, yeah, I mean, if a big magical thing happens, that could happen. Historically, the people of this island sacrifice on the regular to the volcano, thinking that it will keep it from erupting.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, that is Lazy Queen's turn. As she imparts this information. All right. Kyra's turn. As her turn comes up, you hear the bloop bloop bloops of legendary action points. She looks at you, Cyrus, and at you, Philippocles, and her face is a radiant splendor of joy, tears of happiness, steam from her eye sockets. And she says, "It has been so long, yet here I am, closer to freedom than ever before. Thank you. Thank you so much." And as she says that, she begins to move very, very, very quickly. And glow very, very brightly. All right. Not wanting to harm those who have saved her, she is going to disengage and start flying. And that would be her turn. The lengthy salamander noble cries out in exaltation.
Our work is done, brothers and sisters. Even without the other key, we have freed her. We have set right what was made wrong so long ago. Thank you, champions. Thank you.
Anna, to you.
gonna try and fly after her. I don't know exactly where she went.
She moved really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I don't do anything. I don't know. I'm just gonna pass. I don't know.
Okay. Astreus, to you.
I am also going to dash in an attempt to find her. Come up to the edge here, and I'm gonna look at these two lizards, and I'm gonna say, "Where did she go?"
They point to the bottom of your computer screen.
I think that's the furthest I can go here.
Which Hypatia informs you is west.
All right. Yeah, that's my turn. It's faded. So.
All right. You hear legendary action points be burnt up. All right. Dreadful Salamander number 2. He cries out in exultation.
For centuries we have labored at this task, and now it is complete. I thank you, as the noble has, champions.
And he kind of bows to you. Philippocles.
I was gonna start flying down. Action dash. And when he catches up to Astreus, he's gonna be like, "Stop panicking! Send to Valis. Ask her if she... describe it to her. Perhaps she has insight." And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Cyrus, to you.
I'm going to turn to the noble
Mhm.
and say, "Sure, her spirit is gone, but that is not a true body. Where is the... Do you know where the other gem was being kept?"
She seems confused and says, we were never able to locate it. This one was found at the bottom of the sea, near the island, but the other remains a mystery. Long have we waited for its return, but it is no longer needed, for you have brought a great and godly vessel.
That vessel does not belong to her, though. Her true form needs to be released. She is but a shadow of herself in that body.
Lengthy Salamander Noble narrows her eyes and looks a bit more aggressive.
Do you dare speak blasphemy against me in my own shrine?
No.
You cannot pretend to understand the work that has been done, the worship, working behind the back of that fool Titan and his Scypians lizards.
Is the Lady of Flame not a Titan herself?
She is one who was wronged. I alone heard her cries, and I alone came, mustered the forces necessary to free her. This is what I was called to do, and now, in my moment of triumph, you would try to cast it into doubt?
Not doubt, just that the task is not yet done. I know you are eager to say it is, but would you be satisfied with a half form?
All right, give me a persuasion check.
And I'm actually going to use my DM inspiration.
Okay. Okay.
Inspiration. That's a D6, right?
Just be DM inspiration because you have advantage.
Okay.
Okay. She sneers at you and says, to move slow and with purposeful thought is not our way. To embrace the moment, to burn quick and fast and strong is what we do, and so we shall. If you cannot share in our victory, then leave. We have no need of you anymore. But if you linger, we will fight. All right, that's definitely a sure. Frivolous lizard folk looks around like,
My queen, there was a lady on fire and and then there's a sad bird person and I'm going to take the dodge action.
and they take the dodge action. All right. This lady is going to slither up and look down menacingly at Cyrus. All right. This guy's just going to chill. It's going to ready his action for some stabbing if he has to. This one will stare down Reset as she stares him down. And let's see. Okay, lizard folk just chilling. Pythor, he shouts, what do you mean? She's not a god. She's immortal. You put a god instead of mortal. Oh no. And he begins to shove past everybody, trying to catch up. Anna, you see on his face is a franticness that you have not seen before. He looks frightened. All right, Reset.
All right, I'm gonna move. And I guess I'll just wait for Astreus.
Okay. Hypatia, it's you.
Hypatia is going to move as far as she can. Dang, this wall won't let me run through it, so I have to kind of go a weird path. Alright. Yeah, she's going to move up to Phil, and she's going to cast Haste on him, in hopes that he'll be able to catch her. How do you like cast from the spellbook? I'm sorry, I played.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, you go to the spellbook tab.
I found it.
Yeah. There you go.
I play a dumb barbarian who know no spells.
We might be checking out a new sheet next month that is a bit more organized, and you can kind of customize how it lays out a little bit more. That's a little ways off. So
Yeah, that'd be cool. My one qualm with Foundry really is I don't really like the character sheets.
yeah, you were not alone. You were not alone. All right. Lazy Queen is just sort of gasping and looking back and forth. She is unsure what is going on. And she cries out,
Does this mean the volcano is going to erupt?
and you hear cackling from these salamanders. Because they're evil. All right, this creature, there is a bloop, 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 and a scream of triumph echoes from the entrance of the caverns. It is greeted by a resounding scream of triumph from the salamanders. Anna, to you.
Move, dash. I don't know. I don't even remember how we got in here. No. Alright. And Soul moves up, and that's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, as you move through here, you do see that there is obvious scorch marks where a flaming creature has
Yeah.
recently passed through. Astreus.
Sorry, I'm just trying to count some words here. A moment, sorry. I'm going to cast a sending spell to Valis as I was asked to.
Okay.
Okay, it's not going to be 25 words, because I'm just doing this off the fly.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast Sending, and that is what I send.
Okay. Kyra possessed by Fire Titan. Titan fled. Need advice immediately. Please help. Holy shit. Okay.
And this had better be good, guys, because that's my last level 3 slot, so we're not getting another chance.
Yeah, Hypatia just used her last 3rd level too.
We need to convince these salamanders that they put her in the wrong body, and for both the Titaness and Kyra to survive, we need their help to try and get her back.
Hold on. I gotta do a spell check for Valis, you know what I'm saying? I'm running this shit through Grammarly real quick. Okay. Alright, so the reply comes... Kyra's body may not be able to contain power like that. You need to remove the Titan's essence immediately. Exclamation mark.
I will convey it as it's being said in my head. I will be
Okay.
speaking it aloud for the others to hear. Particularly loud enough that I want even this salamander here to be able to hear it.
Okay.
Was there a large gem in the king's treasury?
In the king's treasury? No, not... I mean, there
Not
were
that big. Okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I was trying to think.
Dude, Acaxis, if he had a ruby that big...
Oh,
dude,
I
he
think
would
he's
put
asking about
he would put it
Django.
on
Yeah.
display.
The lizard
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but to answer all of the kings that you've met, yeah, Acastus, if he had a jewel that big, he'd probably be sitting on it as his throne.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He turned it into his codpiece.
Yeah. Ruby underpants. Okay. The salamanders continue to writhe about in exaltation. Philippocles.
Yep. Phil's just gonna start running. He moves 80 feet right now.
Okay.
Which way are the fiery trails? That way? Okay.
Yep. This lizard folk comes running as you come running, and he points towards the exit. He cries out in Draconic.
Something went past me. Something very fast and very hot.
And then he'll use his action to dash. I could just get outside of the door.
Okay. So, as you dash outside, the salamanders who were there when you came in, they look like they are also sort of exulting in what has happened. Cinematically, you push past them, you run to the edge of the cave, and you see a flaming figure has kind of shot up into the air above the volcano and is flying away. As you watch, the light begins to dim, and the figure begins to descend rapidly, and then very obviously is crashing. They disappear on the other side of the volcano. At this point, I can take you guys out of combat unless you want to kick the shit out of some salamanders.
Well, I mean, would I have a chance to scream at her? As
Oh
she's
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
zipping away. All right, I have a 19 intelligence. I can't find her name in my notes. Can you just hit me with that real quick?
Chalcia?
Chalcia. Okay, yeah. Phil's just gonna scream off the top of his lungs, Chalcia! Surely you would give your saviors a moment of your time. Lend us your ear. We are your allies.
Okay. Your voice booms across the volcano. Lizard folk all turn. Pterodons all look down from their roost. Your voice echoes off the volcano. And the figure that is sort of plummeting from the sky turns its head to look at you. And from even this great distance, your eyes lock as they disappear on the other side of the volcano top. The look in their eyes is one of great disappointment. Not so much at you, but, at the situation. Alright,
Yeah,
do you want to stay in combat and fight? Or do you want to try and follow? What is the plan? Before I
would just use the rest of the minute of haste to try and catch her.
Okay.
And if she can move faster than 160 feet around, then she can go off.
Oh yeah, no, she can, but as you crest the top of as you fly up and can see over the lip of the volcano, because again, you guys are in the cone, right? And she disappeared on the other side of the cone.
Yep.
So when you fly up, you do see a crash site. It almost looks like a falling star has just kind of smashed into the jungle. Smoke rises up, a glowing crater, the whole deal. You are the only one who has the movement, speed, and mobility to catch up. Is everyone okay with Phil soloing this scene real quick? And I can just put an observer over there?
Yeah, no, that works.
Okay.
Yeah, just characterizes my aunt, Phil would never stop unless he knew it was completely...
Alright, hold on just a sec. Let's see. Got a couple things I gotta fix real quick. Alright, I think I have a token that everybody can see from. Could have sworn we did. Let's see. Companions, cameraman. Why is cameraman not working for everybody? Oh, the reason Anna can't see is you got switched to be an observer instead of an owner of cameraman. Alright, so let's see if this works. And then I gotta make at nighttime. Oh, right. I can do that with the click of a button, thanks to Foundry. Oop.
So nice.
It is so nice. Alright. So let's get into night. Let me preload the scene and send you guys over there.
I do not own any tokens of vision.
What? Alright. I could have sworn I gave everybody viewing rights on this cameraman. Can anybody else see or not see?
I cannot see. And I'm trying to select anything on the grid so that
Maybe
I had to select it, but it's not working.
Just drag out your mini then. And you should be. Oh wait, cameraman doesn't have vision. How about now?
There we go.
Okay. I think my cameraman got completely reset.
You might have to take Estrellas off the map then. I don't think I can delete him once I pull him out.
Oh, okay, no worries. There we go. I've updated the cameraman. Should be functional now.
I was considering flying after Phil, but I've used my day's allotment of flies.
All right, let's see. We have some other Musex here. Let's see. Okay. All right, Phil. You fly down towards the glowing crater.
I'm gonna preemptively drink that potion of fire resistance
Okay.
because I'm unsure of what's about to go down. So yeah, I'm gonna drink that, and I'm just gonna approach her cautiously at first, and
Yeah, you see staggering from the center of the impact crater is Kyra. Her clothes torn and burns, the fiery wings sort of sputtering. She is trying to make them grow, trying to ignite them, but it seems like both her power and her body are fading and sort of wearing out. She staggers left and right, and she looks at you, her eyes ablaze, and she cries out, "I won't go back. I won't go back. You'll have to kill me."
Chalcia, we are the ones who sought out to save you. We are your friends and ally. I fear the body you possess is no longer divine.
No allies. I could not even trust my own family. How could I trust strangers? How could I trust you?
The enemy of your enemy is your friend. Sidon is my greatest enemy.
Her face contorts in rage when you say Sidon's name.
I move effortlessly against him, and he knows it.
I thought when I felt this body, I was connected to it. I thought I finally had a chance.
You do still have a chance.
But this body is broken.
We will get you a new body.
Get away from me!
And she, almost like in the blink of an eye, kind of moves back from you, and there is sort of fire that like rises up between you.
You don't know. Centuries and centuries and centuries of darkness.
I've heard the story, and it sounds rough. I can't even imagine it, but you must let us help you right now. We have given you no reason not to trust us.
There is enough divine energy left in this body that I could fly to Praxis and end him.
Phil, give me an insight check.
Okay. I'll use my DM inspiration. Can I say it after because I didn't see the roll?
There's no way they're gonna make it anywhere. Kyra's body is shot.
Chalcia, let us go to Praxis together after we have
Do you know
restored you
Praxis?
to your full strength.
Do you know what holds that tower aloft in the sea? My own brother's back. Bound and chained beneath the waves, Sidon built that tower on his spine.
Then I will break those chains. But we must hurry. Please, I've given you no reason not to trust me. We have the same goals. We must get you at least a little bit closer so we can hold on to you. I don't know too much of magic, but I have a great wizard ally. She will be able to tell you exactly what's going on.
Even the noble salamander was unable to break the locks that bind me. Just let me have this body. Let me have this chance. The creature who dwells within it, she won't need it much longer anyways. She's not long for this form.
He'll kind of winces. Just come back to my allies and we'll figure it out. We'll bring down Sidon together. And if she's not really reacting, he'll get down on his knees and he'll start begging.
As you do, her face is scandalized.
What are you doing?
I'm pleading with you.
Do you care for this creature so much that you would shame yourself so?
I would shame myself 1,000,000 times over for her. And perhaps for you, if you give me the chance.
She looks down at you. You see steam rising from her eyes.
I see. I see. I will wait. If you can free me, I will aid you against the twins. I will do everything in my power to help you stop them, destroy them.
I will free you. You are making the right choice. Let us hurry. I'm not sure how much time we have out here.
It is fine. I need but leave this body and be returned to my cell of stone and darkness.
You will not be there much longer, I promise.
I would ask that you swear an oath, but I would never bind another as I have been bound. I will simply trust and hope and wait.
I would if oaths weren't shitty arrangements abused by your siblings.
She lets out a choked laugh and stumbles forward and collapses.
I'll catch her.
Back in the temple, you guys hear an uproar of shouts and disappointment. The noble cries out,
Something is wrong. The heart of flame has returned. So soon. Have we failed?
and she turns to look at Cyrus.
You spoke the truth.
She is my family, after all. And he says that kind of it comes off his tongue like it's a very odd thing to say.
They all seem very defeated as they sort of look back at the stone dragon head.
I'm gonna pick up Kara and start medicining her as best as
Yep.
I can, and then rush her back to Hypatia and Astraeus. Or actually, I would send a lizard folk to go get them and meet me outside.
Okay, fair enough.
By chance, could I try to put my hand on the stone, try to communicate with her that way? See if I can.
Yeah. You feel great sorrow coming from the stone and within it.
And I'll just say, I won't stop trying to free you. You are of my family through Thylea and Ketamine, if not any other.
Party's gonna walk up.
Mhm.
She's gonna look at the noble salamander. Do you mind if I were to investigate the stone and its device? It could,
She slithers a ways back and says, "Do not harm it."
Oh, trust me. We seek to free her. Just let me do my thing. And she's gonna take a long time studying this stone
Mhm.
and investigating it, and she's gonna jot down tons of notes on it.
Mhm.
And she's also gonna go to the device on the other side. She's gonna go into the empty socket, started writing a ton of notes down, trying to familiarize herself with as much of what's going on as possible.
Busting out the protractor, all that jazz.
Yep.
Okay.
Doodles the whole thing down, and she thanks the noble as she finishes.
The queen says to Reset,
So is the volcano going to erupt, or...
No, you'll be okay.
So you have saved our people? Both
I wouldn't
from
go
the Storm
so
Lord
far.
and from the Heart of Flame.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that we've saved you. There's still much to be done.
she motions for you to come over here for a secret conversation.
Earlier, I told a deception. I do know where the other dragon egg is.
Why would you do such a thing?
Because sometimes deception is a tool that must be used on the simple-minded. But you seem more clever than the rest. I can sense the same cold blood as my people flows through your veins. I will give you this egg if you eliminate these salamanders for us. Too long have we had to live in fear of their great power.
Allow me to speak with my allies.
Be subtle. They're always listening.
I just step away.
Okay. Do you actually talk to the others about it or not?
No.
All right. Astraeus, Pythor approaches you. He looks winded. He's still working off all those cheesy potatoes. Astraeus, is she okay?
I believe that we should go find her and your son. Do all we can for her.
Champions of the Queen! Hey, I have been sent by the old man. He asked that you come outside. He has recovered the girl who was on fire.
I'm gonna clap Pythor on the arm and give him like a bit of a quick shoulder squeeze, and I'll say, "Your son has come through for us. Let us go."
Well, I know my son comes through. Who's the old man he's talking about?
I'm gonna grin, look at him, and say, Philippocles has survived longer than most of your progeny.
That's true. That's true. Guess I'm not used to seeing him grown up.
Yeah, they all don't keep their looks like you do.
He blushes. Don't think that's gonna get you extra spells or anything. So I don't even handle that stuff. That's my sister's job. So.
You'll notice that the only like none of the 5 gods are the. Oh no, never mind. I'm not going to say what I was about to say. Oh, these walls are fun to navigate.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'll take you guys back outside. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just go to the village. Maybe someplace where there's not a horrible chance of falling into a volcano. There we go. Alright. Everybody can spread out. The queen looks disappointedly at Reset.
I thought we had an arrangement.
Let me go speak with them now.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to Hypatia.
Mm-hmm.
And very, very quietly and secretly, while once in a while looking back at the queen, I'm just gonna say, Hypatia.
She looks up from her book.
Good role playing. Take DM inspiration.
I'm gonna give it to Hypatia.
You're
Never mind. She's 3 of 3. I'm giving
Okay.
it to myself. Yes, Reset?
I just wanted to say that your snakes are looking great today.
Oh.
And I'm totally looking back and forth between the queen and Hypatia.
Oh, okay. The queen looks eager and excited.
Reset looks at the queen. I mean, not Reset. Hypatia looks back at the queen and back at Reset and rolls an insight.
Okay. They are using a deception, so you'll have to roll pretty high. Oh, is that?
I'm inciting Reset.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Reset, are you being transparent to Hypatia?
I am not really deceiving Hypatia. I'm trying to deceive the queen.
Hypatia, you
thinking.
insight that Reset is trying to trick the queen into thinking that the two of you are discussing something that the queen wants you to discuss.
Hypatia looks at Reset knowingly, and she looks back at the queen and starts nodding. Yes, Reset, yes. In a moment. And then she goes back to her book.
And then Reset's gonna step away and act all nonchalant.
Lazy Queen gives you a thumbs up. Pythor slides into your DMs Rosetta, I didn't know you were into lizard folk.
I'm not.
As lizard folk go, she's quite a prize. I have some pro tips. If you have a few minutes, I can catch you up.
You can have her.
He eyes her. He says, I don't know. She's still grieving. I mean, I think she's wearing one of her husband's whatever it is around her neck. Also, we need to find out what's going on with Kyra.
Has that really ever stopped you?
I am trying to get better, okay? It's personal growth.
All right. Well, I'll mark that in my book.
You know that Pythor's
development.
totally going to hook up with the queen before he leaves. So, yeah.
Oh, so is this Kyra? She's not on fire anymore?
Nope.
Okay, yeah. Phil's over here. He's got his nurse hat on. And Hypatia kind of, does her Hypatia walk, and is also gonna take a look at Kyra and see if she can figure out.
All right. Give me a
everything.
medicine check with advantage from one of you.
Okay.
She will live, but she's definitely worn out from the experience.
Okay.
Regarding what was said to you by Chalcia, you don't see any obvious signs of anything that would lead to a thing that she was implying might happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull Hypatia aside and just whisper, just reiterate what Chalcia said to her, and ask Hypatia about arcane stuff.
The quickest hypothesis that Hypatia could come up with is that since Kyra was a divine being, but now isn't a divine being, but is still sort of a divine being, whatever she has going on, it could just be force of will kind of thing.
No.
That's just a quick guess.
Okay. Yeah, Phil's not gonna tell that to anyone else.
Anna. Kyra opens her eyes and kind of looks around and says, Anna?
Yeah, so I forgot my mic was muted.
Oh.
So yeah, Anna's definitely trying to cradle her, and I'm like just dumping all my healing into her, like sobbing that she is sorry.
Anna looks up at her and says, I went flying all by myself.
She's almost as fast as you. But all
She
had
was
to do
so
ask.
happy. And then she was so sad.
In her late.
And she just sort of hugs you and starts to kind of sob.
Yeah, I got my wings wrapped around protectively, and as soon as I can find this gosh darn cure wounds in my spellbook, I'm gonna cast it. I'm gonna cast all of it. I'm gonna give her all my healing. Cause she's like pretty burnt up, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I can help. Alright, come on, dice tray. Got this. Screw the. So that'd be +8. This is all my healing.
Okay, yeah, the birds begin to fade, and her breathing becomes a little bit more regular. And she just lets out a long, ragged, tired sigh.
And this.
And Pythor kind of matches that sigh with a sigh of relief as well. And he steps up and he kind of sort of, playfully kicks her in the buttocks and says, I never know with you if you're just messing with us, but you had me really worried there. I'm glad you're okay. Thank you, son.
Phil's...
And he embraces you. He pick you up like a little baby, and he hug you and swing you around and put you back down. You know that there's a lizard folk that said you were old. They called you an old man. How old are you?
In the middle of this volcano.
Opens character sheet.
Oh, if you're so old, you have to look it up. I'm sorry I asked.
Dang it, I had it written down on roll 20. I'm like 32. I started graying early because, I was anxiously waiting the oracle to,
Okay.
give me my destiny. Yeah.
Stress. All right.
Who pays attention to years? Am I right, Dad?
Yeah, I certainly don't.
You should really be.
This year, this is a big year. This is one we got to pay attention to.
Oh, what?
Astreus, you watch as your 2 of your 5 deities are very, very mortal over there. A serpentine creature slithers up next to you.
Earlier, you asked about the dragon egg. I have already made arrangements with one of your number. But she is slow to act. Would you like to hear my offer?
I just look at her and I give just a slow, kind of cautious nod.
Earlier, I told you a great deception. I do know where the egg is.
I see. And why would you have lied?
Because sometimes you must use a deception to fool the simple-minded.
I see.
Tasty prey such as you are easily fooled, or so I have been told.
And why do you tell me now that you
are
lied
obviously a great warrior. You were able to defeat my husband Jankor easily with your treachery. I ask that you use that same treachery to remove the salamanders from this place and return it to the Firewalkers. If you do this, I will give you the other egg. And your very own Cyclops slave. This is a greater offer than I offered the cold-blooded one over there.
And she motions to Reset.
You seem like the sort that could use a Cyclops slave. You favor this,
and she knocks on your breastplate. Donk, donk.
Metal armor. And he is a formidable smith.
I will speak without deception and clearly for your understanding, my queen. I am Astreus Rade, and I seek peace wherever I can find it. Rather than attempt to wrest control from the salamanders, I would rather broker a deal between your people and them so that you may live in harmony together. I also do not brook slavery. I have no interest in a slave unless you mean to grant him his freedom to choose where he would go.
What you do with your property is your business.
Someone needs to go to the volcano.
Wait, where is Cyrus? I thought I brought you out with the hero stack.
I am.
Oh, okay.
But I, have,
I mean,
kinda had a better
she is right next to the edge, bro. I'm just
No,
saying.
I am so tempted to. I'm not lying. Like this whole time, I'm like, I'm just gonna totally shove her in. But I think she's
What?
She's
What?
This is the same Asturias that was gonna cast Spirit Guardian.
The other you did
This is our cleric.
You did
Alright.
promise the other lizard folk queen that she could rule over the lizard folk, and now you still have this loose end queen here. I'm just saying.
I broke her piece and shove her into the volcano.
Oh no! I'll just turn right in. It's like, nope, you may broker piece. I don't, and I'll give her a shove.
Oh, jeez.
What?
where is
Wait,
Chris?
wait.
Where are you? Are you sharing? Do you have like
It's there
invisible
the whole
Crash?
time. All right, give me an athletics check.
What?
I would like to react and try to catch her.
You are not anywhere nearby. If
Yeah,
I
yeah,
were to
you-
unpause the game.
You're over
Uh-huh.
here. Yeah.
All right.
that's-
Yeah. All right. Give me that athletics check.
She just said she wanted to betray the ones that were protecting the
All right.
Titan.
So you kill her? Is that what we are, heroes? Like, kill
All right.
people?
Let's see that athletics check.
Dude, we murdered their king. Don't even pretend that we're like. No, we like didn't even try and like diplomacy him. We murdered him and diplomacy
She
her.
is so busy using the art of persuasion and deception on this simple-minded prey that I will give her disadvantage on her athletics check.
Okay, but seriously, where is he? I don't see him. Like
he's,
I just
he's in the
stacked
same
on top
space
of
as
us.
you. You guys are just chilling right next
So
to
I
each
didn't
other.
even know you were right there.
but I kept moving myself and you weren't under me. I'm so confused.
Oh, dang! As you go to shove her, she cries out, "Betrayal!" And she grabs at the cliff edge and is sort of scrabbling against it. These lizard folk look shook by what has transpired here. I think I'm going to roll you guys into some initiative. All right.
What the fuck, dude?
Here we go.
She was trying to get us to betray people we just made allies with.
She's trying to look out for her people, do what she thinks is best. And apparently we're just murder hobos. We're not heroes.
No. I mean, after her warmongering self is killed, we just crown another person.
I mean, if you look maybe like 50 feet over to the southwest, you
All
will
the people
see
they
that
have enslaved.
they were planning to throw these people into a volcano soon. So just
We were gonna rescue them.
We can
That's
still
true.
rescue them.
All right. Let's see. We still need an initiative from Reset. Unless Reset wandered off.
I want to sit this one out.
Oh, you don't even want to roll initiative? Okay. I will roll for you then, and we'll just skip you. All right. Hypatia, to you.
I need a second to think about how Hypatia's character would feel. She'll pass. She's
Okay.
she's startled.
Anna.
I'm busy.
Oh, okay. Cyrus. She's dangling off the side. Her eyes wide with fear and anger.
You claim betrayal by me, yet you were just about to get us to do your dirty work and get rid of those followers of the Heart of Flame.
The salamanders seek our destruction. They will erupt this volcano. They will bring an age of fire and death.
Says Sidon. Who's a liar.
She digs deep and she spits on you and Astreus' boots, and she says,
I have never wavered in my faith to the Stormlord. And I never will.
And with that, boot to the head.
Oh, damn. Okay. I'm going to say at that point, with her scrabbling at the edge, give me another athletics check. This is with advantage because she is on her last legs here. Man, you really not tried too hard here. All right,
No.
Orange Jesus, try to help you out.
He's
Okay.
doing that thing
I'm
where he's
giving her
just
time
almost.
to repent.
All right, you kick her in the face. She slides down the cliff face a bit more, and she snarls at you.
I hoped that taking you into the temple would lead to your deaths. But those foolish snakes,
Oh. I do have
they,
more than one
they-
attack. Can I get another one?
Yeah, go for it.
they were taken in by your treachery, by your deception.
All right, just gonna gently keep nudging her with your boot. All right, here we go. Wow. Wow. Yeah, you got anything else in the tank, Cyrus?
Not for. Oh wait, I go to action surge.
Okay.
You're gonna action surge to push her down, dude? Like, you want this to happen? Can I free action? Tell him to stop?
Yeah, you can shout out if you want.
Stop this at once! Titanborn!
I mean, keep in mind, she did just confess that she attempted to get us all wiped out and killed.
She just admitted to trying to get us killed and trying to kill all the salamanders here to turn us against each other. And
Dude,
you
you're-
want me to save her?
I want you to stop being a murderer.
We're meant to be better than the Titans.
Oh, damn. All right, Cyrus, you still have the rest of your turn. Do you action
No.
surge or do you let it go?
I turn my back and walk away.
All right. Philippocles, to you.
I rush over and pull her up.
Okay. She snarls at you.
The game is paused, by the way.
Oh, right.
I can't move.
As you rush over and pull her, go to pull her up, she snarls at you and says,
You think after what you've done, you'll escape from this volcano alive?
He's a newcomer. He doesn't speak for all of us. Apparently his ideals are a bit different than ours. I
she
apologize for bringing him into your home.
she narrows her eyes at all of you and says,
I will show mercy, because I know you are strong.
and as she says that, the two lizard folk look like they are willing to stand down.
Yeah, and I'll pull her up if she lets me.
Okay. All right. If combat is over, she's going to scuttle away from the edge, keeping an eye on Cyrus.
You guys get mad at me all she wants. You know she would betray us in a heartbeat.
So anyone could betray us. So we're gonna just kill everyone because they could betray us?
I mean, our goal is to try and unite the tribes, and so long as she's in charge of this one, that goal is not going to be met.
Yeah, Pythor looks
Yeah.
confused. It's like, boy, what are you doing?
We were one night away from Pythor seducing her, you fools.
No! She just said she's not giving up on Sidon, and she's...
Your ex should be yelling at you
What?
right now. Actually, I don't know anything about your ex. This character.
The,
doesn't,
the
so.
lazy queen kind of straightens out her many gruesome bangles, including the freshly made ones from her husband, and she says,
If you will not do as I ask, then we have no further business here.
You think you decide that?
I am the queen, so yes.
You no longer rule. Appreciate
What?
your life that I just saved.
I rule. I was born a queen, and I will stay a queen.
If that is how you feel, then we will exile you.
She sneers.
You don't have the authority to do that. You are not of our people. You are outsiders.
Yeah, I just get really close to her face, and at the top of my lungs, I just scream, "I give myself all the authority I need."
I do not fear you, ape. You have shown me your soft heart.
And she goes to bite you on the face. But apparently everybody's having some shitty rolls tonight. So she bites at your face. Cyrus, Pythor gives you a little bit of side eye and kind of moves his eyes back towards Phil, kind of shrugs a little bit. All right, I guess we're back at initiative. Oh, jeez. Okay, here we go. Anna and Rosetta, are you protesting this combat?
Yeah,
No.
no enemies here.
Okay. Deadly lizard folk. Let's see. Deadly lizard folk needs to protect the queen. He's going to rush up and get into a flank to attack Philippocles. Here we go. He's going to use assorted melee attacks. Oh, that's nice. They do not hit. Play passes to Cyrus.
And we will attack the queen.
Uh, 21 hits.
And second attack. Oh, we'll use our, we'll do our additional energy.
Okay.
Looks that's 9 more.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm waiting for the next attack.
Right, sorry, yep.
Okay. All right. You go in and give her 2 quick stabs. She lets out grunts of pain. Her thick scales not protecting her from the attack and the burst of telekinetic force that follows. Her eyes go wide and begin to dart around. She looks to one of her guards and cries out,
Your horn! You must blow the horn! Sound the attack.
Anna, unless anything else from Cyrus.
Sure. Why don't we use the action surge now then, since it couldn't be
Okay.
before. And we'll attack 2 more times.
That's gonna hit. Uh, 13 is not gonna get through her defenses, but the other one does hit.
All right. And that'll be all I can do.
Okay. Anna, anything from you?
I just move Kyra to a safer position. I pick her up and move her.
Okay. Astraeus.
I feel like we need the Eye of Mitros to shed some light on the situation. I will cast a moonbeam.
Okay. I have a really nice moonbeam in the other game, but I guess I could just drag you out. Oh, geez. Did I just move all of you? That's awesome. All right, hold on.
I think you moved the map.
No, I think I moved all your minis. What color is this moonbeam?
Silvery.
God damn it.
It's in the description.
I don't have a silvery.
White?
You get a purple green. Good choice. All right.
Alrighty.
Let's see. And it's a 10 by 10. There we go. All right.
Okay, so I will step over to here, and it will go. Yeah. Actually, it's gonna go here, or I guess on him. I want to get the 2 guards in it. Is what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Phil's gonna have to.
All right.
Take a little, but I'll heal him after. And,
all right.
That'll be my turn. So.
And then that'll happen at the beginning of their turns. Got it. Okay.
Well, I was right there.
Yeah, but it's when they enter the spells area for the first time in a turn or start their turn. So it's one of those delayed hits.
Right, I'll just make sure it's in the right place to see if I got hit by it or not.
Oh, okay. It
If
is
I got
this
hit,
giant. Is this giant frog egg right here?
Gotcha.
All right. Anything else from Astraeus?
Nope.
Okay. Pythor goes to act, but a feeble croak from Kyra says, "No," and he just sort of backs away. Hypatia.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how she feels, so I'm just gonna
Okay.
put her with everyone else that's abstaining.
Phil, to you.
I guess I'm gonna take both of their horns, try and take their horns from them.
Okay. Yeah, you go to snatch at their horns. Go ahead and give me 2 athletics checks. Here is the first one and the second one.
Oh, I rolled Hypatia. It'd be a
Yikes.
no. I rolled Hypatia. I rolled Hypatia.
Right.
So those look a lot better than they actually are. I just gotta figure.
What's your modifier? It's obviously
Okay,
not
so
a.
we need to add 11 to each of these, and it's with
Okay.
advantage. So a 24 and a 23.
Okay. It's
My
advantage because you're.
Oh no. Actually no. I guess it's 12 and
Shit.
14.
Yeah.
I guess I can.
All right. As you go to snatch it, yeah.
Feels pretty fucking flustered right now. He's pretty upset.
Okay. This lizard folk, he's going to fumble with his horn and begin to toot it. As he toots it, the volcano begins to come alive with more toots of horns and more activity.
But maybe he died before that because maybe my thing kills him. I don't know how much HP they have.
That's true. Let's see. How much is the HP? This is pivotal. These guys have randomly generated HP.
Yeah, so I can roll my 2d10.
Okay.
And if they fail their save.
Oh shit.
Okay, so it's a DC 15 con save.
Okay.
Oh dang. Okay, they pass, and I think it's still half.
Right. Okay. Let me slide this off since it won't let me.
I don't. They have 8 HP.
Yeah, it takes the 8 damage, but it is still very much tooting away furiously on its horn. That is its action. The lazy queen is going to try and grapple Philippocles. All right, here we go. Uh, 17. Oh, all right. As she tries to grab a hold of you, Phil, you feel that her intent was to pull you towards the edge and throw you into the volcano.
Okay.
Reset to you. You're skipping? Okay. Let's see. I don't think that anyone in the volcano will listen to your peaceful protest, but it is noted. Unmanly lizard folk is going to follow orders and toot his horn as well. Volcano continues to stir as lizard folk begin to mount up, and Cyrus, to you.
Will attack.
That is it. This
Additional 6 damage?
creature's armor class is a 16. Okay. She is bloodied. You have
Second
another
attack.
attack. There you go.
For 9 more damage.
All
I think
right.
I can only boost once per turn.
Correct. Anything else from Cyrus then?
And he will move behind her.
A risky move. All right. Anna.
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
Jeez.
Astreus.
Astreus is going to look at Reset, shake his head, and say, "You cannot lead by taking no action." And he's going to cast Spiritual Weapon on the Queen.
Yeet.
And where did that thing go? Thought you made me a...
Yep, there you go. You guys have a search thing, right? On the actress tab, there's a search bar. It's fine. I got it out for you. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm finding the thing I click on to make it attack.
Oh, while you have these things selected, any miniature that you control selected, you get a little drop-down menu.
That's right, it's character sheet. Sorry.
Mhm.
There we go. My bad. And then features second. All right. So 23 for 9 damage.
All right.
And that was a bonus action. I will move 5. That should actually be 15. Another 15. I have to make a con save against my own spell.
Okay.
So oh, that went the wrong way.
Okay. You nuke yourself.
I do. Oh shit.
Okay. Take 15 points of radiant damage and have to concentrate against your own spell.
My own spell. And I have advantage on concentration checks, so
Okay.
that should be good. And then, oh, yeah, okay. And then I'm going to, as my action, cast Booming Blade on her. Which I believe you gave me
Oh, this
Special
second
one.
guy that was tooting his horn. I was supposed to make a save. So can you give me 2d10 for that guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eight.
Okay. They are bloodied.
All right, and then so I attacked her with booming blade. She takes 8 piercing, 5 thunder. Take that, you Sidon loving bitch. And if she moves, she takes 12.
All right.
And that'll be my turn.
Hypatia.
You can remove her from the initiative.
Okay. Philippocles.
Phil's gonna disengage. Gonna move back to protect his allies. He's gonna grab Brissette and drag her out of the way.
Okay. Constitution save from this lizard folk. Here we go. Fail. Give me that 2d10 damage, please. All right. This one is also bloodied. All right. The queen is looking around, and as her eyes are darting around, she looks to Risette's shield, sees her husband's head mounted there, and just lets out a almost feral kind of scree of outrage. She whirls around and attacks Cyrus. Let's see. She will try to shove Cyrus back off the cliff into the lava. So here is her athletics check. Oh, should be fine. Should be fine. She rolled a 2. All right. Merced continues to not do anything.
I'll take the head and I'll put it on the floor.
Okay.
Take it off and I'm just gonna walk away.
All right. This lizard folk has to make another save. It does. Go ahead and give me the damage. All right. They are irradiated. Cyrus, to you.
You're going to do our first attack.
Okay. Does not hit. She ducks and dives and dodges out of the way.
She must be able to dodge a wrench. I cannot
Neither
attack or
attack
shit.
hits.
Alright, and I will move myself here to give Strayus flanking.
Okay, Anna. You do see that lizard folk are converging on the area. They are starting to mobilize and begin heading over to your guys' location.
Okay.
All right. Anything from Anna?
Nope.
Okay. Astraeus.
I'm going to look at her and I'm going to say, accept the surrender and the exile Philippocles offered you. Did she look to be responsive in any way, shape, or form to that demand?
Would you like to make this your action? If so, you could do an intimidation or persuasion. Intimidation would be at advantage. Persuasion would be at disadvantage.
I will attempt an intimidation.
Okay.
And regardless of her answer, as a bonus action, I will make my spiritual weapon attack her guard.
Okay. Let's see the attack. Oh. All right. He crumples. And she drops to her knees and bows her head. And she says,
I accept the exile.
I'll hold a hand up to Cyrus as if to say, like, stop attacking her. I'll rest my spear on her shoulder next to her neck, and I'll say, do not move. And I'll turn to look upon the rest of the Chosen, and presumably where a pile of lizard folk are going to start pouring around the corner.
it is at that point that you hear that there is fighting. Looking over to the entrance, way over here, you can see that members of the Rajonculus tribe are, in fact, doing battle against the Firewalkers.
I'll ask Phil if he can fly over and tell them to stop fighting, that a surrender has been given.
Ithor looks over at you, Phil. Your father, the god of battle. Eager and frightened at what you might do next.
I don't hold any command over the Firewalkers. If they must fight it out, so be it. I'm quite ready to leave. You have a Titan to save.
The queen looks up at you, Astraeus, and says,
I surrendered. I am to be exiled. You must get me away from this place, or I will surely be sacrificed, or eaten, or both.
Phil's just gonna go over to the cages and start releasing people.
all right, in the midst and chaos of this battle that has broken out in the volcano, you guys should be able to make your way around as long as you do not join any combats. Do you have any goals similar to Philippocles trying to save the prisoners that you were hoping to achieve before leaving?
Once we're like securely along the path that would lead us out, Astraeus would take the rear and then use thaumaturgy to yell out for everyone to stop fighting. The queen is gone. The tribes are no longer at war.
Do you say that as there's a literal war in the background?
Yeah, he's trying to basically get them to
Okay.
stop. He'll probably fail, but he's gonna try.
Okay. Somewhere, King Acastus smiles and he doesn't know why. So it's really weird. Okay. All right. Who do you say this to?
Basically, so I'm assuming we're going out the way we came in up here to the north.
If that is your plan, I mean, I asked you guys what your intentions were before you left.
Shouldn't we go get the dragon egg?
Do we know where it is?
Yeah, she said it's not in the hatchery.
Oh, okay, yeah, we should go get the dragon egg. Is that acceptable to everyone else?
If you can find it, go get it. I'm gonna be helping Phil.
Alright, I guess while they're freeing the prisoners, we're looking for a dragon egg. I'll bring her with, and then basically tell her to show me where she hid it.
Okay. Okay. Reset. As you move to assist Philippocles, you feel a pulse from your locket. The locket opens, revealing the portrait of your grandmother. There is a bright light, and you hear in your mind her voice. It says, "There's a shrine to Sidon. Close. That building over there. Before we leave, you should destroy the shrine. Send a message to any who is left. Show them that you mean business. Show them the folly of following that monster."
I'm gonna tell Phil then that after we free the prisoners, there's a shrine to Sidon.
Okay.
It's nearby. We should dispose of it so that his
Well-
influence will no longer
Yes.
be over the Firewalkers.
We will not destroy it, though. We will simply return it to him in the sea.
I will need your strength.
We've always got that.
You guys are basically just intimidating away guards and cracking open cages. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Okay. The lizard folk, having been imprisoned, turn on their attackers and rush off to fight for dominion over the volcano and thus the favor of the Heart of Flame.
Aren't these lizard folk of the other tribe?
Yeah. The Rejoculus are attacking these guys. These guys who tried to leave the tribe join against their own people. These were allies of the lady that Jankor killed.
Alright, well, if I can't, they have their freedom, they can do with it what they want.
All right. As you approach, you look inside. There is a lovely statue of Sidon. There are a few lizard folk inside, including a pair of shamans. They look at you, and they look at their statue, and they prepare to defend it with their lives. Resets, the furious urging from your lockets does not abate. Your grandmother has been silent for so long, and yet here in the face of Sidon's statue and influence, she seems almost out for blood.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at them and be like, your people are fighting now for their lives. Do not waste your time with a titan that cares nothing about you.
Service to the Storm Lord is never time wasted. Approach, and I will bring his magics down upon you. The battle that rages has always been fought for this island. You outsiders have no place here. Go, or be consumed by it.
So this is like a giant...
Turtle shell, yeah, like a dragon
Yeah.
turtle shell.
Is my dad close to us, or...
He is staying near Kyra. Like, he's close enough for Marvel vs. Capcom jump in if needed, per his B-team contract. All right, the two of you.
How
you sense-
heavy does this shell look?
Well, does the shell? I don't know, like 20,000 pounds. Like it's beyond your demigod Herculean strength to lift it. You could try pushing it into the lava. You'd probably need to get up and outside behind it.
Okay, alright, yeah. I'll just be like, very well, no more blood need be shed. And I'll just kind of like look at Reset like, come with me.
Reset, you hear your grandmother's voice. What? That muscle-bound fool? Oh, deception. Excellent.
And I'll go over to Hypatia. And Hypatia will come to me because I play her right now. And I'm going to be like, Hypatia, I need you to make me big. There's one thing I must do. She's going to be like, well, I mean, it's my last second level slot. When am I going to get to res? And then she casts Enlarge Reduce, making Phil big.
All right. Meanwhile, in exchange for smuggling the queen out of the battle, she does lead you to the hatchery. Is it just Cyrus and Astreus that are going?
I guess.
Okay. It is a long and arduous journey, apparently with a lot of blood, as you make your way up and around, over and through, battles being fought everywhere as you continue to journey and eventually reach a hill that leads up into a cave. Inside the cave is the hatchery. A huge lizard folk is there, along with a shaman. Several fire snakes are there as well. The shaman looks up.
My queen, war has come to our people. What of the king?
And she says,
The king is fighting. I have come to check on the great treasure.
and it looks left and right to Astreus and Cyrus, the shaman, and says,
My queen, these are outsiders.
and she says, giving them a deception.
Yes, they are mercenaries. Keeping me safe.
And they stand aside. All right. Man. As you enter, you don't fall into lava with this particular one. Flavor text gets read. Let's see if we got it. Hold on. There it is. Okay. All right. This is location 5. Okay. Egg chambers. These chambers are relatively bare except for the large stone bowls gathered across the room that have been gently packed with eggs and straw. Bright orange and red frilled snakes, the size of men, curl motionlessly around each bowl. There are two lizard folk here, gingerly turning the eggs when you come in and interrupt them. You do find, after she kind of leads you in and shows you, there is in fact an egg with a metallic sheen.
Where's the wormling? Is he in here as well?
I'm not sure who had the wormling. The queen didn't have him.
I thought he was sent to the hatchery. Is he really well knocked out and stuff?
Right. Okay, then yeah, he would be here then.
Okay. We're gonna take them both.
Okay. This does bring some suspicion to the shaman and the render as they see you guys grabbing the unconscious baby and the precious egg.
I'm just gonna look at them and in Geigen say, oh shit, what was his name?
Polytheus?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Polyphemus has told us to secure the treasures and to get the queen to safety. You should remain here and protect the hatchery. the Regionculus tribe have dared to protect the children. I don't know if they actually understand Gagan, but I figure it's the way to sell that I'm actually
Okay.
working on Baldur behalf.
It sounds pretty fancy, and the queen translates back into Draconic for you. Hearing both you and the queen deliver this message, they nod the affirmation. All right.
Beautiful. I'll hand the wormling to Cyrus to carry, and I will gingerly take up the dragon egg, kind of wrap it in my cloak, and carry it as a bundle behind my shield, and then we will head out where we are presumably meeting our compatriots on the pathway out.
Okay. As you step out from the hatchery, you see, Phil, you are embiggened.
Yep. The game's paused right now.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Phil's just gonna go around everything, just to the back of it. He's gonna, do that thing where he cracks and stretches every muscle in his body. And then he's gonna plant his feet, and he's gonna put two hands on the back of the turtle shell, and he's just gonna push as hard as he can, and try to push the shell into the lava.
As you go to push, it is way easier than you thought it was. Looking down, you see Pythors there as well. Together, the two of you shove. There is a crunch of stone, cries of alarm from inside, and the shrine to Sidon tumbles down into the lava.
Whew. That was easy. Let's get out of here. And I'll grab my dad, and if any of the if there's just lizard folk here, I'm just gonna grab two of them and just take them with. They don't got a choice. They're coming.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna grab them by like the scruffs of the neck and drag them with you?
I'm just gonna put them both under my arms, just as many as I could grab, and just
All right.
start flying out.
Is it my understanding then that the party is going to make their way out the back door, down the mountain, and out of the Firewalkers village?
I believe so.
Okay.
Astreus will hesitate for a moment, like he's so tempted to try and command some sort of peace, but just watching the chaos of the battle spread throughout the thing, seeing the turtle shell melting in the lava and everything, he's just shaking his head and just turns and walks out.
All right. I will take you guys back to the map for now. All right. Oof. So, as you leave, the sounds of lizard folk battling is heard from behind you. It grows distant as you make your way further and further from the volcano. Heading down the slopes, you do see that the fighting is sort of all along the mountainside between the different tribes. Taking this as an opportunity to battle it out for supremacy over the island.
I'm gonna take a moment while we're passing to get a more or a less rushed look at this egg. It had a metallic sheen. Now I'll take a look to see if I can. I'm assuming it matches the wormling that's with us as well, but.
Yes, it is a brass egg. Hold on.
Okay, as soon as you made that sound, I heard the like, "Meow" from like Price is Right.
Let's see. Here we go. Oh, it's so small. Okay. Weird flex. Let's see. Hold on.
Oh, I see it between the maps.
Yeah. I'm trying to actually just show you the art, but it's being a real asshole. Hold on. There we go. All right. So baby dragon and brass egg in tow. You guys begin to make your way down and back into the jungle. All right. What now?
Can wow, mine's just kind of fried. Can the king tell us if this egg's corrupted, like the wormling is?
Who?
Pythor. King Pythor.
Well, first of all,
Oh, he's not king anymore. You're
he's
right.
not
He's a
king
god.
anymore. Yeah. Hold on. So, just trying to put a little music. Try to lighten the mood a little bit. But all I got is like sad jungly music. All right. As you guys are making your way, you stop for a minute to catch your breath, and honestly, I feel like you guys need to address the elephant in the room. That is, what the fuck just happened back there? So I'm gonna
So once we get
turn it back over to you
rest.
guys.
Once we get the rest, I'm gonna go talk to Astraeus.
Well, just sliding my glasses up here. Mechanically, it can actually be a real rest.
Yeah,
just
it's not.
yeah.
It's not like a
Rest.
like
Yeah.
when we stop.
Right.
leaving.
To literally catch your breath. Right. Okay. So yeah, the floor is yours. What do you guys got?
Astraeus, when you came to me a few months ago, and you asked me to help you find the new order of Dragonlords, you told me one thing: that we needed to be better. Can you honestly say that what happened in there was better?
What is happening in there as we speak would make someone like Estor proud of what was just accomplished. We had an opportunity to put an end to rulership of a tribe that desired to serve Sidon by sowing chaos amongst the other tribes and attempting to kill us. Corrupting these, and I'm just going to kind of hold up the egg, into that, and I'm going to point at the wormling. And instead, the tribes war. The island is seeing all of its inhabitants kill each other rather than unify.
The tribes war because the queen was antagonized.
I see. So you believe that had the queen not been antagonized, the Ridiculous tribes' attack would not have occurred? That somehow this would have stopped? The queen would have ended that violence? You're naive. This is still a war.
The queen is not the one who would end the violence. We were there to unite the tribes so that we could bring them together. And then we were to have their assistance against the Stormlord himself.
She was a zealot. There was no accomplishing that while she was still there. For a race that is unused to deception, she seems to have pulled the wool over your eyes.
If you are to assume that everyone is corrupt and that there is no salvation, then that will only become a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Her own words. She confessed to wanting us all slaughtered. You heard it yourself, and you still are blind to her corruption. You stood idly by and did nothing. Perhaps
There
you
was
felt that was a
no
compromise.
threat to us.
There will be tough
Instead-
decisions to make as a leader. In
There
action.
was no threat, Astraeus. Your actions caused the threat. We could have left.
I'm just gonna narrow my eyes very angrily at Reset and say, my actions? I was telling her that I would brook no slavery, that I intended to unify. It was not my actions that began. However,
And yet-
once the course of action was determined, and once she made her declaration to have us killed, there was only one course of action. And then I'm gonna take the dragon egg and I'm gonna kind of shove it into Reset's arms and say, perhaps you are worthy of it. Although I feel that if it does carry any contamination, maybe you are a match. And I'm gonna stride away.
The Titans have already won then.
Man, when you say that, Pythor just shakes his head in confusion. Already won? Those lizards were lined up to help him in the war that he's planning. And now they're too busy tearing themselves apart to participate. That's a victory. You've taken his pieces off the board. I don't know what kind of heroes you think you're trying to be, but Sidon and Lutheria are not going to play nice. This creature, he says when he stands over her, this creature did us a great deception. And we fell for it. And we could have died. Well, you could have died. Kyra could have died. There is a battle coming. And you are supposed to be our hope. And I watched most of you stand down and do nothing. And you disguise your cowardice from me by trying to take some sort of high road?
Astraeus would have been nodding along with Pythor, like at each time he like emphasized
walked away.
something. I mean, you can
I
stride
meant
5
to
to
say
10
the
feet away from
Titans-
somebody.
I meant, but what I meant, Titans won because we were fighting and we were divided, obviously.
Yeah, Pythor picks up Kyra and just starts walking across the bridge further down the mountain.
Do we need to take a moment to talk out of character? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, there's still
There's
time on the
things
clock,
that-
but if you guys wanna end the session now, so you guys can sort of talk it out in private. I mean, this is your game, 100%. So if that's what makes you comfortable, we'll totally end it here, and you guys can talk it out, or pause it, whatever works for you.
I'm fine with ending it and talking it out.
All right.
Yep.
Then we'll call it here, and we'll continue next week.
Bye.